Hi everyone, it's Tony Topper Media here, doing my first ever podcast. Now the topic today that I want to discuss is Black Lives Matter. It's quite prevalent at the moment in the news, media. It's just really some of the comments I've seen and people's views are just really getting to me because I've heard this being banded around quite a lot, that white lives matter or all lives matter, as in people's reactions, and I just think that that type of reaction just misses the whole point, because Black Lives Matter movement is not about belittling the worth of other ethnic groups. It's basically about highlighting the specific problem at hand. Black Lives Matter is against racism and systemic injustices against the black community, and it works for equality for everyone. Now I think people are just, it's like retaliation, and it's like they're trying to deal with the problem at hand. As I've said before, it's more about people understanding why there has to be a Black Lives Matter movement, because obviously there's still racism and injustice for the black community. And I just feel that people are totally missing the point and just need to kind of educate themselves on what is actually going on and what the campaign and what the movement is trying to achieve. I also think that the incident involving George Floyd was just barbaric and disgusting. The 46-year-old obviously died in Minneapolis. Policeman was kneeling on his neck for over 8 minutes. Despite asking him to stop, he couldn't breathe. Obviously from this, the footage of the incident has sparked the protests across the globe and United States. I just think, again, this is why the protests need to happen. This is why people need to be re-educated. This is why it needs to be highlighted, because situations like that really should not be happening. It's just, it's literally, there's just no words for it. It's just vile and should not be happening. But the truth is, black people are disproportionately impacted by police violence and systemic racism in our nation today. Our entire social structure centres around whiteness as a default, asserting that all lives matter just reaffirms, or at best ignores, that reality. Of course, every life is valuable, but not everyone's lives are in danger due to the colour of their skin. Saying Black Lives Matter isn't equivalent to saying other lives don't, but rather that black lives should matter as much as everyone else's. And again, I think that's where people are missing the whole point. And yeah, it was just a topic that I wanted to get off my chest. I've been reading and watching the media the weeks that have followed, and I've just wanted to get my opinion out there, start a new podcast and support the hashtag Black Lives Matter movement, and basically just try and re-educate people and try and stamp out racism in all its forms, even systemic racism. If you're not offended by that, then I think we're not going to move forward. Racism is racism at the end of the day, and I think when people start realising that, then things will start to change. If you've got any views or opinions on this particular podcast, then just comment below. And again, thank you for listening. And yes, Tony Topper Media will be back with more podcasts. So just keep a lookout on the page. Obviously, there'll be things coming up about subject topics, etc. So yeah, just keep on the lookout, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye.